Hi everyone! Today I wanted to show you guys all of my 60s, 70s, and 80s Barbies. I absolutely love my 80s Barbie dolls. They are probably my favorite decade of Barbie to collect. I have quite the collection, although I definitely have more 90s and 2000s Barbies just because of the availability of them. I love my 80s Barbie dolls almost as much as I love Bratz and American Girl. With some of the dolls, I love them just as much. I can never say no to a duplicated 80s Barbie doll. So I really wanted to share my dollies with you guys today. I have them all out. I needed to go in their container anyways to dress some people in some new clothes I got at the flea market and to take some photos that included some new duplicated dolls and whatnot. So I thought I would lay them all out for you. I hope you enjoy them. It took me about an hour to set them all up. Most of them are, well, not most, but a pretty large portion of them are wearing the wrong outfits. So if there is an outfit you want to see or you want to know what it is, I have pictures of all of the dolls and fashions and whatnot on my Flickr account. Just check out my albums. I have a whole album just for Barbie fashion packs, and if you want to know like an original outfit that a doll's wearing, it would be in my 80s Barbie album. So definitely check that out. And I also have more detailed like fun facts about every doll in my collection on their photos if you want to know, because they obviously won't have time to like say something about each and every doll. So I hope you guys enjoy, and they are arranged from oldest to newest. I figured I'd show my 60s and 70s dolls because I keep them in the same container for now. So without further ado. Okay, so these are my 60s and 70s Barbies. By the way, we're in my sister's bedroom right now. I didn't have the space in my room to film this. So they go all the way right to Golden Dream Barbie, who's from the 80s. And I should say that these are arranged by box dates. So we have my bubble cut and my twist and turns. I have 3. I got these 2 from the same seller, but I got her like a year later, or 2 years later. Then we have my talking Barbie, which she's sitting funny because her leg decided to pop off right before I started filming. So I'm going to have to fix her and my Brooke Shields doll together because she also has a problem with legs popping off. That's my Dramatic New Living Barbie. And then here are all of my Malibu dolls. So, this is Allie, and this is Aubrey, and this is Allie. They are my first Malibu dolls. I got them as a kid. I should say I was born in 1991, so none of the dolls you've seen here I got brand new from the store. But I did have ones growing up that I got secondhand, and these 2 are 2 of the ones that I got at the Salvation Army. I fell in love with them. I thought Malibu Barbie was so cool. So then I have 4 others. I'm probably going to get them confused. My sister will probably tell me I got them wrong when she watches this video. But I believe this is Augusta. This is definitely Ashton. This is Aaliyah, and this is Azalea. Ashton's my 3rd favorite. She was just basically a head when I bought her. I love her. She's so cute. Then we have my Hawaiian Barbie. My ballerina Barbie, who I got her on eBay a long, long time ago when I was 12. I begged and pleaded with my dad. She was in a lot with Cara. I should also say that these aren't all of like my Barbie's like affiliated people, like her friends and family. This is just Barbie. So, just Barbie. So I got her on a lot on eBay because I wanted Cara. And then we have my 5 Superstar Barbies. There's a lot of duplicates. So this is Shayla. I actually got her in a box when I was 12. I saw her, I had no idea how old she was until I saw the 1976 box date. And I was just totally mesmerized. I had no clue she was one of the more iconic dolls. And she's the reason why I don't keep dolls boxed, because you're probably not going to be able to see, but she's got some, like, you see that orange stuff right there? That's actually a piece of her dress. When I opened her up, she had been in the box for about, like, gosh, probably 27 years. And her dress was completely fused to her body. My dad had to like razor blade it off. I don't know how he managed to do it without hurting the doll, but there's still like pieces of her dress on her after all this time. It's so sad. If you're gonna keep a doll box, make sure you like take care of it the right way, because being in a box can actually be worse for a doll, believe it or not. So then we have Shayna. She was my second superstar. I don't think this one has a name. This is Cheyenne, and this is Chanel. I feel like she has a name. But yes. And I actually had to dye her dress because all the dye was gone, so that's why it's a slightly weird color. Then we have Pretty Changes Barbie, who's on the wrong body. She was just a loose head when I found her. I'm still looking for the right body. Then we have Sun Love and Malibu. I have two. They're the dolls with the tan lines. And then I have 3 kissing Barbies. There's quite the story behind these guys. I won't elaborate too much, but this is my first one. I got her from the flea market, an indoor flea market, in like 2013, I think. She was in really bad shape. She was like nude and dirty. I felt so bad for her, so I brought her home, and I found 2 dresses later on that same summer at the flea market. And that's where this dress came from. So this doll I got from the same flea market as her, but a few years later in like even worse condition, naked, and like you can probably tell that she has no lip paint, and I had to actually paint half of her eyebrow and half of her eye because they were gone. I just felt so sorry for her. So that's why she has a big fancy homemade necklace. And then this is my 3rd kissing Barbie, who's in the nicest condition. I got her like a week after this girl, but she came with her outfit. This is Royal England Barbie. She's kind of funny looking. This is my Hispanic Barbie. She's one of my newest ones. Beauty Secrets Barbie. I should say that a lot of these guys are in my like Dolly Transformation album on Flickr, which is basically like doll makeover. So if you want to see what some of these guys looks like before, I have pictures of this kissing Barbie and this Hispanic Barbie. They were pretty scary looking. So Beauty Secrets Barbie. I actually mated her with her outfit. Most of these dolls that have their original outfits, I actually found the outfit for them. I have a problem with that. Then we have my Malibu the Beach Party Barbie and Golden Dream. And then these are my 1980 Western Barbies. I found her a week after I found her outfit, and I wasn't planning on getting them because I thought they were creepy a long time ago, but then I'm like, it's meant to be. These are my 2 birthday Barbies. She's one of my newest dollies. The Fashion Jeans dolls. I'm really excited. I just found her boots recently. My Pink and Pretty dolls. This one right here was one I had as a kid. I found her at the Salvation Army with my 2 Malibu dolls you saw in the beginning. And then this is my second one. I'm sorry, my first Barbie. She's not being very modest right now, excuse. And this is not her original outfit. She's wearing a different My First Barbie outfit. Then we have Angel Face Barbie. She was one of the first 80s Barbies I added to my adults collection. So she's special. Then we have my Twirly Curls. This Hispanic one over here was actually boxed at some point when I bought her. She was like $9. And the sad thing is a lot of dolls, their hair will start to like decay as they get older and they're stuck in a box because there's not enough like air circulation. So her hair used to be all sticky, but after being opened up and like, you know, played with and like handled and loved for 4 years, her hair's not sticky anymore, so that's good. My blonde twirly curls. These are my 2 Sun Gold Malibu Barbies. Then I have 3 Crystal Barbies. I actually found these 2, their outfits. This was my first one though. She's kind of funny looking. I have pictures of all of the variations too, like whether they're country make variations or they just happen to look different from each other. So if you want to see like up close pictures, check out my Flickr. This is my favorite one right here. She's so pretty. And then we have Loving You Barbie. And actually, this doll was one of the reasons why I decided to do this video today, because I just found this outfit, well, this skirt, at the flea market this past weekend. And this shirt actually belonged to her. But what ended up happening is I got her at the Salvation Army as a kid in one of the cases that I mentioned before. She's one of my favorites. And I only had this shirt for years and years and years. But then when I bought, oh, she's right next to her. When I bought this Crystal Barbie, she was wearing this whole outfit here. So I just put her in that because it's in nicer condition, but I managed to make a second outfit together. And these are my Great Shape Barbies. She's one of my newest dolls. She's got kind of like cut hair, which is sad, but she's still cute. And then these are my two childhood ones. I got them together in the Salvation Army case that Loving You Barbie and the other dollies came from. And they're actually really different. She's a Philippines doll and she's a Hong Kong doll, so that's why they look so different. I love the variations of 80s Barbies. That's one of the main reasons. And I actually had to make them with their outfits, so that took a long time to find those jumpsuits. So then these are my Campin' Outset Barbies from 1983. None of them have their original outfits, but I got them all from the same seller. I got her last summer in 2015 in like a really small lot of dolls I bought, and then I got these two recently, like a few weeks ago, in this huge lot of 86 dolls. So I'm thinking that this smaller lot got separated because there were a lot of like duplicates and stuff, or you know, like variants that kind of matched up, so I'm not sure. These are my 3 Dreamtime Barbies. This was my first one. I've had her since 2012. And this is one of my newest dolls. It's really funny. I got her nightgown with her, and I had them photographed, and before I even edited the picture, the next weekend, I got this robe and a lot of clothes, so I love how that works out. And then there's my Peaches and Cream Barbies. I have 3. She was literally just a head when I brought her home. Like, she was on a cracked body that wasn't even hers. And she came from, like, a charity store. Kind of like the Salvation Army, but not. And then there's these 2. And they all wore this outfit at some point. Because I got this on my first gift-giving Barbie because I knew what it was back when I first started collecting dolls. And each time I got like a new Peaches and Cream Barbie, this outfit got demoted. So I got one of these dresses, I think this one, on my Animal Lovin' Nikki, and then I got this one in a bag of clothes. And then this was in storage until I got that doll. So I'm hoping to find her a nicer dress because it's missing its shininess. And then these are my 5 Date and Night Barbies. She was boxed at some point. She actually has kind of like greasy, sticky hair for that reason, but it's getting better. And then we have Cheryl. These 2 were my childhood dolls. I got her when oh gosh, I don't even remember how old I was. Maybe 10. I've had her a long time. I think my mom was still alive when I got this doll. And she's one of the reasons I fell in love with 80s Barbies, because she was just so magnificent looking. And then I got her from the Salvation Army cases with like my Loving You Barbie and stuff. She's my only one that doesn't have her outfit. And then I just got this outfit this weekend. It doesn't have the bodice, so if her jacket moves, you'll see see her bosoms. But I promised her that when I got another outfit, she'd get to wear it, so she's my African American Barbie. I'm so excited. I think she's my only like African American version of Barbie from the 80s. I wish I had more ethnic variants, but they're hard to find. These are my 2 Dream Glow Barbies. I actually had this outfit since I was a kid. I found this in the Salvation Army case, which is pretty cool. So when I got her with my Rockers stage, I was like, oh, cool, I already have her outfit. And these are my Rockers Barbies, the 85 versions. So I have 3. I got these 2 pretty close, in pretty close succession, and I got her like a year later. And she has a reroute. This is one of my favorite dolls of my whole collection. So really quick backstory. After my dad passed away, my sister and I ended up with like his entire toy truck collection, and my dad had a really big toy truck collection, so we didn't really have the space for all of them, and my dad really didn't take very good care of them. So one of my dad's best friends sent a flea market vendor that he knew over to our house to look at them, and he bought like most of my dad's toy trucks except the few we wanted to save, which by few we still kept like over 100. And he knew we collected dolls because we showed him while we were like making a deal about the trucks, and he thought it was really nice what we did with our dolls. So a few weeks later he brought over a baggie of dolls, and in this like forlorn paper bag was this Rockers Barbie and a few others. And I'd actually seen her at my local flea market a few months before when it had been open, And I wanted her, but she was in really bad condition. Her hair was all like fried, so I didn't get her. So I ended up with her anyways, which is really cool. I have a freaky memory for dolls like that. Like, I will know and remember a doll I saw like 4 years ago at the flea market that I didn't buy. That's scary, but I actually rerouted her because I just couldn't bear to get rid of her. Even though this isn't even her body, I had to get her this body. She's a mooch. I love you, Barbie. Then these are my gift-giving Barbies. She was boxed as well when I got her, and she's in the worst condition because she did not fare well. Her hair's not really greasy, but her face paint's like starting to come off, and her face is turning a funny color. I got her from the same seller as my day-to-night Barbie and a few others that you'll probably see. And then these are my gift-giving Barbies. This is the one I got in that grody peaches and cream outfit. And then over here by my sister's door, these are my 5 Magic Moves Barbies. I should be ashamed of myself. So this was my childhood one. I got her in the Salvation Army case, and this is actually the outfit I got with her. I didn't know it went to her until I was older, but still cool. She's my most special. Then these are my other 4, and they're all Taiwan except for her. She's made in the Philippines, so you can see how different she looks. And then like even her top is kind of a different color, which is really cool. And I'm pretty sure they all work except her. My sister got a little too happy playing with my childhood doll, and she stopped working. Thanks, Colleen. That's okay. This one works too well. She was a pain when I was washing her hair. She kept like whooshing her hands back into her dirty hair. Ew. And then these are my tropical Barbies. Again, I got her in a case of dolls at the Salvation Army with my, like, Magic Moves, Loving You, all of them. That case of Barbies was definitely one of the reasons I got so into dolls from the 80s when I was an adult, because I always wanted to know who they were, and they were all from this, like, really awesome decade. So, this is one of my newest dolls, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but, like, do you see how jacked up her eyebrows are? Like, this doll clearly was a factory error because her root pattern is all messed up, and then she's got like the crooked eyebrows, but she's so funny looking. Then there's these 2. This one actually has cut hair. It's not a bad haircut, but it's like up to her waist. And this one was my cousin's fiance's doll. She must have gotten her used as a kid, and she asked me to clean up her childhood dolls years ago. And she's like, oh, you can keep this one, she's creepy. So when she was all cleaned up, my cousin's fiance didn't find her so creepy, but by then she was already mine. And then there are these Fun Time Barbies. She was boxed when I got her, and she's got the leg splashes. And then there's this one. She has such a pretty face. She's one of the prettiest dolls of all time. And then we have my first Barbie from '86. And then we have Jewel Secrets. She is awesome. There's actually 2 of her in the lot I got this doll from, but the other doll had like cut, burned hair, which was really sad. She's beautiful. She has like one of the coolest faces. And then Super Hair Barbie. Oh, there's a story behind her. So, one of the sellers at my local flea market had her for a while, probably like 2 years, and I kept looking at her and wanting her, but the seller wants a lot of money for their dolls, and once in a while my sister and I can get a good deal, but the dolls in the boxes are usually in really bad condition, like gift-giving Barbie, day-to-night Barbie. They were all from her too. So for years and years I held out, well, more like a year or 2. I'm exaggerating because it felt so long. But I waited and waited and waited, and finally, one day, I was just like, you know, how much is she? And she let me have her for, I think, $12, which was still too much because, like, her whole bodysuit was peeled. Like, you can see through it because it's supposed to have, like, that fake leather material over it. But she was meant to be. Every week, she looked at me like, take me home. You're home, Barbie, you're home. And then, this was one of our childhood dolls. Kimberly, she's not modest. I'll hold this while I talk about her. This was one of my sister's Barbies. So, quick recap of how we got into dolls. My sister had like 1 doll when we were younger, but then our grandparents who worked at the Salvation Army at the time brought home like a big bag of like really ratchet looking Barbies, and this doll, Kimberly, was one of them, along with a few others. So because my sister is 4.5 years older than me and I was only like 2 at the time, my grandparents let her pick first, so she picked out Kimberly and a few others. My favorite doll and my first, well, not my favorite doll, but one of my favorite dolls and my very first doll is over there somewhere. You'll see her in a minute. So yes, this is Kimberly. And then this is Kimber. I'm still holding up Kimberly's shirt. We got her boxed from the same lady as Super Hair Barbie. She's really cool. She's got like saran hair and she's prettier, but sorry, Kimberly. And then another not modest doll. This is Esperanza. No, I'm sorry. This is Estella. This is Esperanza. This is Estrella. These are all Island Fun Barbie. She was my childhood one. I got her at the flea market in a big box of dolls. So these are my two California Barbies. Barbie and the Sensations. Dr. Barbie. She's named Julia. She was one of our first childhood dollies. We actually thought she was a 89 Fun to Dress Barbie for a long time because she was on the wrong body. Because she had a fat head most of our childhood because she always like came apart from her body. She usually played the bad mom. I don't know, there was something mean looking and motherly about her, I guess. This is Lilac and Lovely Barbie. This is Fun to Dress Barbie from 87. She is a partial reroute because whoever owned her before was really mean and they decided to like give her a mullet, and the rest of her hair was so nice and her face paint was so nice, so I was like, no, I'm going to save you, Barbie. You're not a body donor. This is Feeling Fun Barbie. I have some makeover photos of both of them on my Flickr, as well as probably more of these guys. She was not feeling fun when I got her. This is Frills and Fantasy Barbie. I've had her since I was a kid. I found her boxed at the flea market, and really intrigued by her. This is Superstar Barbie from 1988. I also had her since I was a kid. I had the movie awards play set. I found that at the flea market and she was advertised on it. So you can imagine how excited I was when I found her. She didn't have this big skirt or anything. She just had part of her outfit, but I thought that was so cool. So this is Angela. She was actually like a gift from my great-grandmother, I think. She came over when we were kids and gave my sister and I each a doll. And for once, I made out better than Colleen. She was in her original underwear, but she had a Wedding of the Year dress over it. And I don't know about you guys, but I think she kind of looks like Dr. Barbie, aka Julia. There's something sort of familiar about the two of them. We always made them mother and daughter when we were kids playing. These are my two Animal Lovin' Barbies. This is one of my newest dolls. I really like her. She's super pretty. And now we're on to Cool Times Barbies. I have 4. I should be ashamed of myself. So, this doll with the crazy long hair, this is obviously rebooted. Her name's Allison. She was one of the first dolls we ever had. She was a gift from my grandparents who worked at the Salvation Army. She was like with Kimberly. She was my sister's doll, but when we were older, my sister kind of gave me them because she was more into like Skipper and Stacy dolls and stuff. So I thought it'd be a good idea to make her over because she had a haircut when we were kids and it was crazy, like it stuck straight up. So I thought, oh, I'll give her a stylish pixie cut. I don't think I need to explain how that worked out. She was bald until I got back into dolls, and one of the first things I did after like a 5-year hiatus was try to figure out how to save Allison's hair. So she has way too much hair because this was my first reroute ever and I didn't know what I was doing. But that's okay. It's also really long to make up for it. And this is my other Cool Times Barbie who was boxed at some point. This is definitely one of my favorite lines because I had the soda shop growing up. I found it brand new, sealed at the flea market, and it was one of my favorite play sets, and this line was advertised. And I had no clue that Allison was from that line because she did not look like that. I mean, you know, she was crazy looking. These are my other two. This was one of the dolls that the guy who bought my dad's trucks gave me. And I actually rerouted her partially with some donor hair from Dance Magic Barbie right there, with the rerouted hair. So that's Dance Magic Barbie's original hair. Style Magic Barbie. Garden Party Barbie, who's being devoured by Holiday Barbie's dress. Her name's Cher, not spelled like C-H-E-R, spelled like share, like I'm going to share this doll with you, Cher. Don't ask. I named her when I was a kid. Then, these guys don't want to sit up. This is 88 Holiday and 89 Holiday. I love them. And then these are the 89 My First Barbies. So the first doll that was ever at our house, or the second because we technically had a Princess Magic Touch doll, I digress, was this Barbie named Delilah. So this is Delilah, this is Delilah, and this is Dinah. So this was my sister's doll, and again, she spent most of our childhood with a fat head because we broke her. This is a different body. And I got Delilah when I was a kid. I found her at the flea market and knew she was the same doll as Delilah, so I bought her. And this is Dinah. And these are my Beach Blast dolls. She was once boxed. This is Luann. I've had her since I was a kid. I got her at the flea market in the lot. These two are two of my newest dolls. Her name's Louisa. Then we have Wet n Wild Barbie. Kula and Electra, Dance Club Barbies. Kula was one of our childhood dolls, one of our first. My sister picked her out at a yard sale. I got some Ken doll who no longer is here. I don't know what happened to him, but we named her Kula because look at those cool earrings. Yeah, Electra also has them. I actually think Electra's prettier. She's the Saran variant and like has a different face. Sorry, Kula, you're still cool. Then these are our Dance Magic dolls. So this is Justine, Jolene, and Christine. We really liked the name Christine, Christina as kids. So this is one of the ones my grandparents gave us. She had a haircut like a mullet, basically. So I couldn't partially reroot her because it was too much. But what was left of her hair was pretty nice after I boil washed it, which is why the Cool Times doll got it. So, and she was once boxed. I have a ton of their skirts, but none of their bodysuits. Like, what gives? Why do I always find the skirts? So then these are Ice Capades Barbie. I have 4. So, these two are from the flea market. This was my very first Barbie ever. Her name is Christina. Yes. She has a reroot. She was already bald when I got her a long time ago. I was 2 years old and my grandparents gave me her and she was naked and half bald, but I loved her and she is the reason why I am crazed about dolls. This is Christina. She's very special. She's also on a new body because I let my guinea pigs eat her when I was a kid. Don't do that, guys. Keep your guinea pigs away from your dolls. I should make a PSA about that. And then this is Christian. She was boxed. She's really special. For Christmas one year, well, actually for every year for the past few since my dad died, one of our family members knows my sister and I collect dolls, and he always takes a lot of time to pick us out dolls, and he picked her out, not even knowing that this was like the same doll as my first Barbie. And you should have seen our face when my sister opened her. We were like, oh my god, you picked out our first doll, or my first doll. Her name's Christian. She's so pretty. And she's actually different. They're all Malaysia. I think she's a China variant. Then we have Western Stamping Barbie. Western Fun, not Stamping. More fun to dress Barbies. This is Lavender Looks. I got her with Christian. My sister opened Christian and I opened Lavender Looks, but like our family member knew that we like shared them. So she got way overshadowed, but I love her. Her name is Lavender. And this is UNICEF Barbie. I've wanted one of these since I was a kid. I saw the Asian one boxed at the flea market one time, and my dad offered to buy it for me, and I don't know why I said, no, I don't want it, but I did, and I've always regretted it, and I have been trying to get a hold of this doll forever. And I finally got my chance this past, like, month. So cool. And this is, oh god, I know her name, Party Pink Barbie. She's a store exclusive of some kind. She's one of my recent importees. And this is Party Treats Barbie. I had to double check that because it momentarily slipped my mind. And she was a gift from that same family member this past Christmas, so Christmas 2015. Christian and Lavender were both from 2014. So cool. So this is just a brief overview of all of them. Ooh. There they are. So many dolls. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And like I said, if you want to see pictures of these dolls and know more like specific things about each of them, then I'll link my Flickr account below. And I don't know if I'll be able to show like all of my dolls this way because I have a lot of dolls, but you know, maybe I'll do more of these. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time.